I hope your day is full of cream cheese and the Liberty Bell and the Eagles and what else is Philly? Rocky. You gotta have Rocky. If we're talking Philly, you gotta have Rocky. Guys, it's a Philly intro because today's podcast is with the one, the only comedian, Eleanor Kerrigan. She's so funny. She's from Philly. You guys are gonna love this episode so much. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Eleanor Kerrigan, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. One, I am going to be doing This Bitch and Friends on May 10th in the original room of the Comedy Store at 7 p.m. with Kim Congdon. Buy tickets to that. Link in my link tree. As always, all of my links are in my link tree on my Instagram at Princess Shank, Princess like normal, and then another SHENK for all of my show dates. And then June 20th, we're doing This Bitch and Friends in the main room. And you can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on This Bitch. And before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Eleanor Kerrigan, there's just one thing I have to tell you about, and that's, oh yeah, socks. Oh yeah. If you're like me, your feet carry you through a lot. They carry you through the good times and the bad times, through the breakups and through the happy times, the sad times. Your feet are always there for you. Be there for your feet. Put something luxurious on them. Shop ohyeah.com. Oh yeah, that's 3 O's, HYEAH.com, discount code Sara10. Buy some socks. Oh yeah has amazing socks to choose from, whether you're into cupcakes or blueberries or slippers. They make amazing gifts. Give them to the grads or your dads in your life. That's what I say. You need a gift for your boyfriend, buy him some socks. You need a gift for your girlfriend, buy her a pair of socks. You need a gift for your friend's mom, buy her a pair of slippers. And it's a great way to support your favorite podcast. Shop ohyeah.com. Discount code Sara, SARA, 10 for 10% off unique sock designs. Okay, guys, let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only comedian, Eleanor Kerrigan. Here it is, guys.
I did get Starbucks, sorry.
What did you get?
I just get tea. I'm just a tea junkie.
Well, this is better than this.
We're recording whenever
We are?
Yeah. Shit.
We should keep this in, though. Just panic.
My keys. I don't care. Juan Carlos knows my code. I'm parked out of the way.
You're good. You're thriving.
Am I?
I don't know.
Is that what they call
We're still here. We're flourishing.
Well, I know. I was just talking about one. Where's the? Oh my God! Why do you got to get so fancy? We don't even use headphones.
You don't?
No, Comedy Store podcast is just all wrong.
I don't know why. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. Like I'm playing a part. Makes me feel more official.
A part of a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not a real podcast.
No.
This is just
a facade.
This is a set. It's a movie set.
It's a mirage.
Right. Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hi. What's up, guys?
I match. All right. Go ahead.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only comedian, Eleanor Kerrigan.
Yay!
Hi. I'm so excited to have you on the pod.
Thank you for having me, Shank.
You're one of my favorite people. You just put out your special.
Samey. Yes, I did. It's No Country for Old Women.
Yeah, that's a great title.
I know. I love it.
And the clips that I've seen looks
so
like
good.
It's doing amazing.
I was just very proud of it. And I got to do it in the OR, so that was original room. Sorry, at the Comedy Store was my favorite. So
that's awesome. And people you promoted it on Rogan, and you've been doing all the podcasts.
I feel like I've been on every podcast, but not every podcast. There's still so many. I'm like, whoa, wait, I didn't hit this whole.
Dude, it's exhausting.
Right?
Once you start seeing how many podcasts there are, you're like, I got to do that one too. That's its own trip.
You're like, what the
It's exhausting.
Okay, somebody has to quit podcasting.
Somebody. We don't need another one.
Right. I'm going to start a new one. Who the fuck is this guy?
That's Xavier, the camera guy,
Hi,
our
Xavier.
Producer.
Yes, make sure I look okay.
Okay, yeah, I've been doing the Comedy Store podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been looking like shit on there.
No, I think you're great. You have the best hair in the day.
Wait, there's nothing you can do. It's just how I look. I like when the ones come out when I had my tooth. I had fuck is it called? Abscess.
Uh-huh.
It just blew up. So I look like a chipmunk.
No.
So those we recorded a bunch, and those are starting to come out. And I'm like, oh, there she is. Oh yeah.
We did like 10.
Right?
You
There was
just
literally so many.
Inflamed.
You banked 10 with an abscess?
Yeah.
That's so crazy, dude.
Well, one came out the other day, and I was like, oh, there she is, Chipmunk Ellie.
You have to just stop looking at yourself, but it's impossible because
The clip comes out, so you have to like repost it, and I'm like, oh, that's awful. Or maybe people won't notice. It's like, yeah, your whole side, the elephant Eleanor. There.
But do you just do this thing you tell yourself that's not really me? I do that. Like I'm in denial. That's who I am. Like if I see something I don't like, I go, that's not really me.
I'm like, that's exactly how I look. I like to beat the shit out of
self-aware.
myself.
No, not me.
I'm like, oh man, I never take a good picture.
That's not true.
And then people say, oh, you're so photogenic. And I'm like, what? In this one where I look like I have Down syndrome? Like, which picture are you looking at?
No, it's not true. I've seen good photos of you. Van's taken some good photos
Van
of
does
you.
good. Van gets in there.
Well, there's also, sometimes it depends on the photographer. Sometimes photographers, I feel like, will do you dirty.
Yeah. Troy Conrad is good too.
Troy Conrad's good.
Van shot my special. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he crushed it. He got in there. I don't know how he made me look halfway decent. Because, you make faces on stage and you don't want to not be yourself. Like if I watch clips, I'm like, ooh, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
But that's how I talk and that's how I look. So
Right.
I try not to watch a lot because
It's hard.
I will be like, let's just start sawing off the head. And then we'll go from there.
But you can see, like, being on camera, you can really see how people get addicted to, like, plastic surgery and shit.
Oh,
you
sure.
can see how easy it would be to
Somebody
get addicted.
asked me the other night if I had Botox, and I was like,
You,
do I look like it? I never had it.
You've
But
never
I want
had
to.
it?
Yeah. My friend told me I really need to.
No, because when you're on stage, you need to have some expression. I feel like, too.
I smoked for like 21 years, like an animal.
Oh, yeah. I
And-
remember when I smoked a cigarette, you're like, can I smell it?
I still miss them every day.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I have a pack that I hid in my apartment, and I can't remember where I hid them.
But do you think about it all the
Every
time?
time, I'm like, they're probably in there. And then I pull something apart, and then it's not in there. I'm like, damn it.
When was the last time you smoked?
Well, my friend, I was working in Vegas, so I think it was like February I was in Vegas. Yeah, because it was her birthday, right. So my best friend that I grew up with in Philly, moved out to Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, it's my birthday, you're in Vegas, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, I have no choice. So she's a social smoker. She was bad when we were kids, but then she grew up to be able to like just smoke when she drinks a little bit. And then I was like, oh, I'll have a cigarette with you. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I bought a pack. And then she's like, no, don't do that, because she knew how bad I was. And I still have that pack. But I only smoked, I think, 2 out of it, 2 or 3
But you think about them.
every day. I don't care. I love it.
There's something about smoking that it also feels like bad and also chic too.
Yeah. You have porcelain skin. Don't smoke. You have good.
I've been vaping. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's worse for your lungs. I don't know about
fucked the
your
wrong
skin.
guy in Texas. Now I vape, Eleanor. It's horrible.
Texas will do it to you.
Yeah. You
I
spend
can't-
2 weeks in Texas, you don't come back a vapor, then you did it wrong.
They are changing down there. You know you're talking about Austin when you're saying vaping, because
Yeah.
most Texans would smoke a
Smoke.
cigarette or a cigar or something.
Yeah,
They're like, they're
something-
vaping.
Yeah, it's so
Austin. Yeah.
It's Austin. We're
No.
doing a banana ice vape. Everything's fine.
It's not like cotton candy. No, that's terrible.
It's worse for
Yeah,
you.
it's worse for you, but it's also awful looking. I'd rather
Really?
I'd rather have a hole in my throat and smoking a cigarette than get caught with a vape.
Why? Something about the vapes are cute to me.
Nah, it's pussy-ish.
It is.
Sorry.
It is pussy.
I don't know the right word,
It is
but you know what I'm
pussy-ish.
saying.
Like
Yeah.
seeing a man vape.
Oh, and he just inhales, and you're like, ew, pussy. Like you
Smoke
just
a
want to punch him in the
cigar.
throat. Yeah. Be a man, guy.
Yeah, man vaping is worse than a woman vaping.
Because Texans are supposed to be like manly men. But then you go to Austin, and you're like, this doesn't belong in Texas.
No.
This is weird.
It is weird.
Like I always joke and say it's like Portland and New Orleans had a baby.
Yes.
Or like somebody got raped. And then they were forced to keep that baby, and it was Austin.
Austin.
Mm-hmm.
What's the longest amount of time you've spent in Austin?
Not long.
I just was there for 2 weeks.
You bitch. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I came
and you
back.
came back vaping?
I came back vaping. I'm like, where's the queso? Things are bad, Eleanor. No, I am so happy to be back in California.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, look, I enjoy it. I do love that it's a new visit spot.
Like a new hub for comedy.
Yeah, you can go and you can get some good shows in and I don't know. I love it. I love performing down there.
And the mothership.
The mothership's phenomenal. Even Red Band's Club was great.
Yeah, Sunset Room is really great now.
Mm-hmm. And I've done the Vulcan a million times.
Yeah.
Creek in the Cave I've only done like once or twice. I think we did it during the festival, the South by Southwest.
Yes.
But the last couple times I've been down there, I haven't put in for that. I'm like,
no, it's like going to comedy boot camp.
Yeah,
I'm so tired. Like I would get up like 3 times in one night.
It's great.
That's not happening here. So it's
really
for me. No.
Why
3 times in one night?
Get your shit together. No, I'm kidding.
No. Do you get up 3 times in one night in LA?
Yeah.
Really?
Sometimes, yeah.
No, I don't.
I bounce around though. People would make fun of me because I would go to Long Beach, Laugh Factory. I would go to Ha. You know what I mean? I would drive all over Ice House.
Yeah.
And then I haven't done the Ice House in a while or Ha, but I do still Long Beach or Hollywood Laugh Factory or Improv or the Store.
Yeah.
And you just kind of bounce around like 3-4 spots a night easily.
Yeah, no, I don't get as much stage time as that.
You got to start sleeping with better people.
I know. I'm sleeping with the wrong men.
Yeah, or women. Sometimes
all right,
it's
I'm
women.
open. I'll munch a box for 3 sets a night, sweetie. Whose pussy do I have to eat?
I've been yodeling in everyone's pussy. But even in Austin, I did like 4 spots one night. It was great. I was like, okay, this is killer.
Dude.
In New York, you can do that too.
Yeah, in Austin, when I had like 5, I want to say it was like a 5-set night.
Mm-hmm.
And by the 5th set, I forgot like which joke I had done on which set.
Oh,
Like
it's the worst
started,
when you
like
do that.
all meshing together.
Yeah.
I'm like, did I do that on this one or because I'm not used to going up that many times.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to go to Austin like once a month to get tighter, and then I come back here and I can kind of like chill and do less spots.
You definitely have to work down there because everybody has stepped up their game. It's very New Yorky, LA-y. I mean, sometimes in LA you can be on shows that you can thrive in, and it's not a great lineup or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they have those in New York and Austin too. But like the places you're working, like the Store, the Mothership, and I don't know if you go to New York, but like they really push you.
Yeah, like it makes you such a better
I didn't mean to
writer.
make you cry.
No,
Yeah.
my voice.
I'm sorry.
That's
the
from
vape.
vaping.
Fucking got water in your lungs. You got to calm down. You're gonna cough up cotton candy.
A Snickers bar.
So hot.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's crazy. It makes you such a better writer too, because you.
Oh, sure.
When you're with people who are like at the top of their game, it pushes you more.
And I've been working in New York at the Cellar, and just like following them, I'm like, fuck, they just put out a special, and now they're already working on.
Dude, that's
all
the shit that blows my
I'm like,
mind.
Oh no, I gotta work. I told this on Rogan, but like I was at the Cellar, and I came off stage. I was like, damn, I didn't try the new stuff. And Mark Norman was there, and he goes, pussy. And I was like, damn it. But I'm so nervous, like, oh, don't let them see me do anything. Not that they watch me. Who cares?
Right.
But I don't watch them either. But I feel like they're always writing, or they're just working on new shit. So I'm like, oh, I better do it. I better up my game.
The new shit is okay. So
It's
what's
so
it
hard.
like right now? Because you're having to start from scratch, right?
It's good. It's good. I'm up to, I think, 30,
That was
35,
fast.
35 maybe.
That's fast.
I also, when I did my special, there was a few things in there.
That weren't ready yet.
Yeah. So I kind of worked them. So they're in my back pocket, if you will. And then I'm moving on to other stuff. Like my friend that does my videos, Brian Licata, very good editor, excellent. He was in Austin with us when I was there with Dom when I was headlining.
Yeah.
And so he was like, whoa, you got like 35, 40 new, because he watches all my dumb videos. So he has, you know what I mean? From editing, he's like, oh yeah, you got. So I'm like, is it new or is it the same? You don't know if you're like,
No, yeah.
am I talking about the same subject? Because I do tend to talk about the same subject.
Yeah.
But it's because that's what's going on in my life right now.
Right.
So, and I don't want to be like the same as everybody else.
Right.
And just do, what do they call it? Like topical jokes?
Topical jokes aren't for me either.
Yeah, I have a few, but like just the throwaways.
Right.
They're not real.
Like, I don't study the news and say, I'm going to go home and write a bit about
Right,
that. But
right,
some
right.
comics do.
I got this killer bit about Gwyneth Paltrow. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, what? And I used to do that when she did the
When she did the what?
clam. She had the
vagina candle?
Yeah. And I was just like, she's just in a sauna just listening to it opening. It was so stupid. She just wants everybody to see her pearl, like in her little oyster. It was like so gross.
That was so weird.
But it was such a quick moment.
It was a quick moment. But
Yeah.
she also like did something where she's like, I'm going to show you everything I eat in a day. It was like just broths.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's just that this is her plate.
Yeah, it was like the
Once a day, I fill this. I fill this whole, every inch of this space. And I eat it all. Ugh, I hate her.
Yeah.
There's like one thing I liked her in. Other than that,
What thing? I liked her in Royal
Shakespeare in
Tenenbaums.
Love.
Oh.
She was good in Royal Tenenbaums, but Gene Hackman stole my heart.
Shakespeare in Love.
Shakespeare in Love, she was good in.
Well, now she's
That's
just
direct.
an influencer.
Yeah. Really?
I mean, she's a Goop influencer now.
Goop,
yeah.
that's the name of it. I knew it was
Goop.
something gross.
It is
Yeah,
weird.
it's like,
Goop.
you put goop in your vagina?
Yeah, it does. And
Imagine people in Texas. We're putting goop where?
it sounds like another name for discharge.
Not in Austin. They'd be like, goop goes in your vagina. Austin's different.
Oh my God. Austin is different than
Totally.
the rest of Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like she was talking about yoni eggs. You know about this?
I'm sorry, what?
Yonis. They put like crystals in their
Isn't
their
that
vaginas.
Tony Hinchcliffe's assistant?
Yeah. 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 There's-
So you put him in, she puts him in her
that is
vagina?
also the name of Tony's producer, but it's,
Yoni, you're really getting around.
they're like these little like crystal eggs that woo-woo bitches put in their vaginas.
What's a woo-woo bitch? Is
You
she
know,
eating it after it came out of her vagina?
a woo-woo bitch is like, sage and crystals. Like when I
No,
used to live in
no, I don't.
Topanga.
Oh,
Yeah.
that fucking weird place that my mom didn't think I was coming back from. Hold on, what she's lifting weights here? Was that a kettlebell?
Whoa.
So she's got one of these little eggs inside of her, and then you squeeze.
That's crazy. I've never seen yoni weightlifting.
Yes. Oh, look at this bitch. In case she has to pee, she has a catcher.
That's disgusting.
I'm sick from that. Is that a donut?
Is that a donut?
Weightlifting is what it's called.
What is that? Vaginal weightlifting? What's the point? What is the benefit
Your
of
lips get real buff. they get real swollen. Camel toes killer. Right? And the clit just comes out like.
I feel like you get like a moose knuckle.
Yeah, worse.
Oh,
It's like getting lip injections.
dude, that's fucking crazy.
Killer.
Like, there's so many things I would do before lifting weights with my pussy.
I was gonna lift weights today, but now I'm like, let me strap on something to the vaggie and see if I can't.
A little yoni.
At this age, it could be hard. It's just everything falls out. Oh shit, my uterus! Like it just. Doesn't that happen?
I feel like it could.
My friend told me his mom's did.
Uterus fell out
Her uterus was coming out.
of her vagina.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
I'm
that-
like, "Burp."
Like that's prolapse.
Something like that.
A prolapse?
Yeah. And he's very, at the time he was very gay. Now she's trans. And so when the mom was calling her in, she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like just, and it's just called 911. Like that's not the response.
yeah, if your
You just
uterus is
take
coming
them
out
to
of
the-
your vagina, you do call 911.
Really?
I don't know.
You could take him to the doctor. Like
You
it's
don't just
not,
put
I
it-
would just fall down and be like, it's over. It's
Dude.
over. Let the water, because she was in the shower. I would just I would just drown. Like, sorry, I didn't have any kids and now it's coming out. Like, what the fuck, bitch? You didn't use me at all.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Are you
Yeah.
going to have kids?
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I go back and forth
Okay.
because I'm like,
Yeah, because you're young yet. You
I'm
can
not
wait.
that young. I'm about to be 37.
Oh my
It's not
God,
that
you're
young.
almost dead.
Well, there's a timeline on how long you can get pregnant.
Yeah, true. Well, kind of. I had a friend that had a kid at 52, and
But with science had to get involved, right?
mm-mm. Nope.
No.
Yeah, she went to school with my little sister, and I went to my friend Anthony would say, I have to wait for my aunt. And I thought, oh, is she picking you up? And he goes, no, I have to walk her home because she was younger than him.
No.
Yeah.
That's
4 years younger.
Wait, you knew someone who had a baby naturally at 52?
Yeah.
That's fucking.
She was a bad bitch.
That's fucking crazy. The baby came out normal?
Yeah, she's great. She's
No.
got Yeah. She's got kids. Like, she's awesome. Their whole family. Yeah. We tease because she went to school with my little sister, and then I went to school with her uncle and aunt.
But having a baby at 52, could you imagine that?
No,
I have a
shitting gets hard at a certain point, I assume.
No, I know. Everything gets hard.
Yes.
Everything's hard
She
already.
was 52. Yeah, I have to double check on the exact age, but I think it was definitely 50s.
That's fucking crazy. I mean, my boyfriend.
It could have been at 50 or 50, like around there, but yeah.
My boyfriend has kids, and I hung out with them for a day or two.
How old are they?
3 and 7.
Remind him that those are his problems, not yours.
I hung out with them for a day, and I was like, dude, this is why people
Don't get attached.
This is why people have kids when they're 20.
Because you could run after them, chase them.
You run after them, and it's exhausting. I'm like, you hang out with them for an afternoon, and you're like, I understand why the fucker goes to bed at 8 p.m. every night.
Yeah.
He has
I'm
no
with
choice.
him. I go to sleep with him.
Exactly.
But yeah, you do. Like, my niece has a baby, and I was chasing him around. He's like a year and a half, and I'm running all over with him. And then I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. What am I doing?
It's exhausting.
But I still, if I'm getting laughs, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Dude, the laughs from a baby,
Oh yeah,
nothing
I'm
greater.
crushing in the living room.
Nothing greater than crushing with an
Really
infant
true.
or a toddler. Right?
It's true.
Because you feel like you break through to them and you're like, yes.
Or like my nephew he's 12. He'll be 13 in August. But like during the pandemic, that was my bestie.
Yeah.
And like I started a gang in our neighborhood because he didn't know anybody in the he went to a school that was like outside of our neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
And so he didn't really know the kids. They lived all over. There was like one kid that he knew from his school in the neighborhood we live in, or my mom lives in, whatever. And so he was like, I don't really know anybody. So I was the creepy elderly woman.
No.
Oh, yeah. So every time he hangs out with his friends, I'll be like, yo, I started this gang.
No.
This is my gang. And he's like, Annelle, shut up. But like if I can crush with them, I'm winning. And I make them laugh a lot.
No, there's nothing
Kids.
better than making a kid laugh.
Because they're hard because they hate adults.
Because they hate everything.
But they hate adults.
Especially
at that
around
age.
that age.
Yeah.
A
Because they're
12,
boys and they're just fucking coming up. But
They're like,
I taught them how to throw a football. So they're like, wait, is she a boy? Was that? Is she one of them? Anyway.
I feel like you were the person to teach me how to throw a football.
Yeah. My nephew, I mean, he already knew. They're very athletic. My nephew Billy's insanely athletic, but there's an 8-year gap between them.
Uh-huh.
So the little one, he, it's like 8 years is a big deal. At first it was cool. And then it's like, get away from me,
Right.
The little annoying brother.
Right.
So, but amazingly, he's very athletic.
But how many siblings do you have? Like 9?
I have 9 brothers and sisters.
That's
So,
fucking.
and
And
it's
where are you in the
gross.
order again?
I'm number 8.
Whoa.
It's great to be 8.
It's great to be 8.
There's 2 under me, so I can talk shit to them. And then everybody older talks shit to me. So it's like I get bombarded from this. And then I'm like, you too, like,
That's so crazy to have that many siblings.
I know. And so, but you had to be good at sports or anything. Like or they just didn't include you. They would just box you out.
You're like, I better get good at
Oh my
something so I
God.
can be acknowledged.
And
in
they were
this
so
family.
mean. Yeah. They would
Really?
be really mean.
Your
We
si-
were all mean to each other.
Yeah, but that's siblings, right?
True. We may or may not have made my little sister Edie miserable. Sorry.
Allegedly.
Literally, she won't smile. Like you have to like if I can get Edie to laugh, oh shit.
I have a sister like that too.
Winning. Why? Is
Hard
she
to-
the youngest?
Younger. Yeah,
Just younger, not the youngest?
well, she's the younger. There's only 2 of us.
Oh, nice.
She's hard
Rich
to get.
man's family, 2 kids.
Well, like having that many siblings, did that make you not want to have kids?
No, my best friend in high school, because I wanted kids in high school because everybody was having kids.
Kids, yeah.
And I was in an all-girl Catholic
Me
high
too.
school.
I went to all-girls
Everyone was
Catholic school.
pregnant. Yeah. Everyone was pregnant? Was yours?
No.
Oh, mine had the Immaculate Conception. All day. Who got you pregnant? Was that God again? Damn him. Right? God damn it. That's where it came from. No,
Yeah.
and so my best friend was pregnant. I was 15. She was 16. And we didn't have any money, neither of us, And so she went into labor, and they were like you call an ambulance, it costs money and stuff like that. So it was like they called us. So my brother Jimmy had to like get her in the car. We couldn't get her off the steps. She was scared, terrified. I remember her socks. I remember every single thing she was wearing, and she was holding on to the railing, sitting on the steps. She wouldn't let go. And my brother Jimmy had to like pick her up, get her in the car. Her mother had a white flag out the window.
No.
This is South Philadelphia. Jimmy just whoom, and I forget what car he had when he took us, but Jimmy always had cars because he could build anything. And so he just took her to the hospital. She went in labor. She wouldn't let go of my hand. So I saw this.
And how old are you?
15.
Oh,
And that was it. It shut down. Bye, bitch. Done with that. The clock stopped ticking immediately.
No.
Yeah. But then my sister, who's 10 years older, she had a baby. And my best friend would walk with her son, who was my godson, Lewis. And then I would walk with my nephew, Sean. And we would pretend, I would pretend
That's cute.
that Sean was my kid.
That's cute. Well, no,
I'll do it that way, but I'm not doing it the other way.
When I went to all girls Catholic school, they tried to make us sign this thing saying that they showed us this video. It was supposed to be like about.
They should have showed Franny. My friend.
Yeah, they should have. They showed these horrible videos of like people who had abortions, and they make us watch it, and it was horrifying.
Oh,
And then they made us sign.
that's actually a good idea. No, Really?
No, it was like really stuck with me. And then they made us sign this contract.
Did you ever have an abortion?
No.
See,
Yeah. You're right. Maybe
you're
it
doing
did
the
work.
right thing. Yeah.
But they made us sign these contracts that say we were going to keep our virginity till marriage, and I didn't sign it.
Oh, I wouldn't sign that.
Why did they care where I put my puss?
Like, listen, yeah, exactly. And then you can't make these school uniforms so sexy.
Did you have nuns as teachers?
Some, mostly lay. Like, we had a few nuns. My mom always is like, there's not enough nuns in there. I'm like, oh, Jesus, lady. Like, how scorned are you?
Yeah, we need less nuns.
But I remember, like,
Did they hate you? Did those nuns hate you?
well, this was 3rd grade, and we had lay teacher. Her
Okay.
name was Mrs. Romano. She got married, too, so it changed. It was weird. Anyway, it's like weird that, like, a teacher has a life. You're like, ew.
Yeah.
You're fucking?
It
Anyway.
was so weird.
But in 3rd grade, I probably shouldn't be thinking about that. But I was, because I'm a hoe. And it was very early, like me. I remember, like, thinking about wanting to do that with boys. Like, I was very...
Really?
Yeah, I was a very, like...
Horny.
Yeah, little
horny-
girl, like,
horny
I wonder
child.
what it's like. I wonder what it's like. And maybe it's because I was just around all my brothers, and they're
Yeah.
fucking... Theirs is on the outside, so they're always touching it. So
Yeah.
I don't know where mine is.
Yeah.
And so, whatever. So, there was a note that went home that said, like, if your kids act up, are we allowed to hit them?
No.
And my mother signed it like she was signing, for $1 billion to be in her bank account. Like, big, she signed it. Hit them, fuck them up. I think she wrote that at the bottom. She doesn't curse, but I swear she wrote something like that. Because there was no, like, she signed it real hard. I remember I was like, God damn it, bitch. Like, but
so
my
she
dad.
gave the teacher consent.
Yes, my dad left. And so, my mom had 10 kids, 15 years apart, and she's a single mom.
And were you guys all in Catholic school?
She kept us in there.
How?
She worked 3 extra jobs. She had a regular job for the Philadelphia Navy shipyard. She worked for the Phillies and Eagles as a beer girl. She worked for like these department stores. They're gone now, but one was called John Wanamaker's and the other one was called Strawbridge's. But I think they're like Macy's and I forget what the other one was. But anyway, so she worked there. So just for us to have Christmas things like that, like my mom would send him bills to pay. He wouldn't pay them, and they'd shut off our lights or gas or whatever, and she'd be like, "Give them back," and I'm like, "That's not the answer. We have to fight for this."
Yeah.
And then she go, "We'll figure it out." So we all had jobs. Like I started working in 4th grade. I never stopped working.
Where did you start working in 4th grade?
My dad's typewriter store.
Oh, yeah, because you
I had
had
to
the
do
jacket
that.
from there.
Yes, that's my trust fund. And but we had to work there. But he only gave us like a lot, like $10 a week, I think it was. So it wasn't anything. But then like if we asked, I remember me and Billy asked, my brother Billy, were very close in age. We asked for money, and my dad gave us a shoe shine box. So we were like, the fuck year is it for you, buddy? You know?
A shoe shine box.
You know how embarrassing that is? You know? But me and Billy did it.
You did?
Yeah, because we were both addicted to cigarettes.
No. I'll shine some
I was
shoes
9 years old. I
for a
was chain
butt.
smoking. We were both addicted to cigarettes, and Billy just liked money. Like we just had to have money. We liked to go and do, and my mom didn't have any money. Like everything she made went to the bills, went to keeping us in Catholic school. And also, we got a discount if there was a certain amount in there, I swear. And they were like, how many Kerrigans are left? Like, this is bullshit. And I got left back, so I was like, one more year.
You did?
Yeah. I think it's 5 and 5. 5 got left back, 5 didn't.
That's so crazy.
But mine was, I'm not good in school. I'll admit that. Fine. But the 4th grade teacher, she didn't like me because she had all my older brothers and sisters. So she was like, another fucking Kerrigan. And she put me in the front of the classroom and just never gave me a test, never gave me anything.
So she had a bias.
Oh, yeah. And then my mom, who was like, what'd she do? You know, she had been through all the bullshit stories.
Yeah.
By the time number 8 came around, I couldn't say shit. She's like, I know what you did.
Right.
You know, she was already hip to it. So she was like, this is weird. And so she went to the school. They wound up like investigating the teacher. She didn't have the right credentials and she got fired.
No.
Isn't that great?
That is
Fuck
great.
yeah, mama.
What's the worst teacher you ever had?
Miss Hep, 4th
That
grade.
one, 4th grade?
That twat. Yeah. I hope she dies. I hope that mole on her cheek came to life and ate her. I hope her family dies. That's how gross this woman was. Piece of shit.
Dude, my 4th grade teacher was fucking crazy. Like, she was in the middle of a divorce, and so everything was just in disarray, like, all of the time. Like, one day she threw out her paycheck. So she...
But did she take it out on you guys? Like, it's one thing if her life is fucked up. And
yeah, like, the whole class had to help her look for her paycheck. It was like, we're going to find Mrs. Ling's paycheck in the trash today.
How much did she make? I would have been like, I got to see this shit.
She was... Yeah. She had gloves on. She was digging through the trash looking for it. She would always lose her keys. She was just... She was one of those. Like, there was always an issue with
you just learned keep it together that year?
Sort of, yeah. Sort
They're
of.
like, how's your English? Not great.
Not
but I can really calm down a hectic situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
It was wild. And then I had this 5th grade teacher, Miss Bolin, she was a lesbian at a Catholic school. She was sleeping with
What's wrong with that?
It's rare.
No, it isn't.
Well, during the 90s,
Did you ever have gym in the high school?
The Miss Bolin was sleeping with the PE teacher, who was
Perfect.
also
That's exactly what
who
I'm
was
saying.
also the computer teacher. Did they
Makes
have that at your
sense.
school? Like, people wore a bunch of different hats.
Oh,
like,
yeah, of
you're
course.
this and also this.
Yeah.
I'm like, pick a lane.
Well, the principal would come up sometimes. The computers, I'm going to be honest, they weren't really around yet. And but there might have been one computer, like a weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember like fully learning. I do remember the typewriters, of course, because my dad fixed them, which was another reason we got discounts and
At Catholic school.
they wouldn't like make because my dad fixed their computers or typewriters for free. So they wouldn't like make a stink if the payments were late. Because they were like, oh, it's Charlie Kerrigan's kid, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So like my friend Ivy, they would pull her up to the front of the class and be like, you did not pay your tuition. Like,
No.
yeah, and she was in like 6th, 7th grade. Like they would make an
scene,
example
like,
out of her.
no.
Yeah, like it was like, whoa, what are you doing? And me, my friend Melissa and I, we all had the same kind of thing, single parent homes, and like, you know, struggling to keep us in this Catholic school, and they would always call us out on our shit.
No, they would publicly humiliate you.
Ivy was worse. Mine wasn't as bad because, like I said, my dad would do shit for the school, but they did it to us. My brother Billy graduated, and because his tuition wasn't paid, he didn't get a diploma.
No.
So it happened, like, you know, we would get like, we were on layaway, if you will.
Right.
But my mom was like, the public schools were so bad. She didn't want us. She was like, if this could help me in any way, keep them
On a good path.
on some kind of good path. Didn't always work.
Yeah.
But on some kind of something, then she could go to work and feel like, okay, the kids are being
Taken care
watched
of.
or whatever. Or
That's amazing that she was able to keep you guys all in Catholic
yeah.
school
And,
like
and
that.
again, it was the 80s, you know, early 80s. So it's not, it's, you know, it wasn't as expensive. Now it's like, now I see it and I'm like, shut up. My
No,
brother
it's-
Billy's like, you believe how much this shit costs? And then I'm like, you
so-
better go see mommy. You better respect her more. Like,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that when we were a kid. Not even close.
No, but still, it's still a fucking commitment
Yeah.
to be able to provide for your kids and get
Hell
them a
yeah.
good education like that.
Especially today. I've been doing this bit because I'm like, are snacks new? Did you grow up with snacks?
Yeah.
Ugh. Were you rich?
No, middle class.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard, like, my nieces and they're like, Anna, what snacks are you bringing?
Our snacks new.
Like, if we get hungry, we'll stop. You know, there's corner stores everywhere.
Yeah.
We're South Philly. We're in the city, you know?
Yeah.
You can get a meatball sandwich at that fucking store right there. It's beyond out of this world, right?
Right.
And we always have a waterized truck. Or,
Yeah, yeah.
So one lady had a mini charcuterie board at the playground. I go, listen, you got to get out. I don't even know what this is. First of all, it's an antipasta. I don't know charcuterie board. Antipasta is the same
antipasta,
thing.
yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making up words. Get the fuck out. But it was weird. And my nephew was like, you didn't even bring like a Capri Sun. I'm like, there's a fucking water fountain right there.
Yeah, no, when you have kids, you need to have snacks like at all times.
Like if we were going to the movies, we would sneak stuff in because we couldn't afford the.
Yeah.
You know, you have to pick one or the other, and you could get it cheaper somewhere else. So that, yeah, I remember sneaking a soda in.
But did the movie theaters really make you throw out your snacks if
They
they
did.
catch you?
They used to.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Because they have airport like prices at those places.
Right. And my sister Kathleen was the best at it. And she'd sneak shit in, and then she'd be like, all right, the other movie starts, and she'd sneak into another theater. So we do double features all the time.
So fun.
We were like, Kathleen knows how to get around.
But also now movies, like going to the movies now is so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Just going out in general. Like if you go to a bar and have a drink, you're like, what happened right now? What did you do to my credit card? Why are they cutting it? What, you know what I mean?
crazy.
Like it's
I know.
expensive.
Yeah.
I always felt like, and this is so bad, I'm not good at being a girl, but I'd be like, I don't want a guy to spend a lot. Like if we go out, I don't want him to spend a lot on me because then he's going to expect. So
Me to
like,
suck his dick. Yeah.
right. I'm like, just because you bought me chicken cut, like, you know, like a chicken parm, I feel guilty. So I would always be like, listen, we don't have to do that. You know, let's just talk. And if I think it's going to, you know, we'll do it. But then eventually we can get in a relationship. For the most part, I remember my second ex-fiance, he brought snacks
He brought snacks.
to a date. Like we were just sitting in a parking lot talking, and he goes, oh, I went to 7-Eleven and I got some,
No.
swear to God.
What'd he bring?
It was like chips and pretzels and like sodas.
Wait, so you had 2 ex-fiancés? You have 3 ex-fiancés?
Listen, Sarah, I'm
You've
not a
lived,
closer,
sweetie.
okay?
Wait, you've been engaged 3 times?
Yeah, well, the third one wasn't like a real engagement, but we almost got married, so it was like in Vegas. So I don't but I still like he would would say we're like engaged, but
Okay.
we were both the same person, kind of, except he had some craziness, extra craziness.
Okay.
So we were chill. Like
Okay.
he didn't have to spend a lot on me. I didn't we didn't have to do extravagant shit.
It was
He was
easy.
just so chill with it. Maybe it's because we were both a little older at that point. You know,
Yeah.
you're in your 40s, so you're like, it is what it is. And so, but like my first ex-fiance, I would have married him and probably had kids with him.
How did he
Probably.
propose?
The first one?
Yeah.
This is awful. Eleanor, why did I think of that? So he kept inviting me. He was a booking agent for comics.
Okay.
So at this point, they had bought his company back and he went back to William Morris. So he's at William Morris. So he has access to like any show. So he's like, hey, let's go. It was like, this was the early 90s. So there was like this oldies show that we liked all the music. He goes, we could go see that, and he kept trying to get me to go to and I remember Sherry Shepherd going, just go with him. And I go, no, I got a good shift in the main room tonight.
Yeah, because you were
I
a
was
waitress.
waiting tables.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not giving up a fucking Saturday for this bullshit. I didn't know the guy wanted to propose.
No.
So I kept turning him down like, no, Billy, I'm in the main room. I got a double shift, like.
And he's trying to propose.
Over and over again.
No.
10 times.
No.
So it wound up like 4 a.m. after I got home from work. Like I went to his place. We weren't even living together. He goes, are you going to come here tonight? And I was like, yeah, but it's going to be late, whatever. So I did. And then he literally got on his knee in the bedroom and proposed to me. He was like, I don't know, you're never going to go where I want to do it. So let's just do it right here. And he asked me to marry him. And I was like, oh, that's what.
That's
Such a
so
dude.
great.
I'm like, oh, that's a nice ring.
No. So that was your first proposal. What was the second one?
The second one was Andrew Dice Clay.
Okay.
So that was here in the kitchen, kind of. Oh, no, the parking lot. I'm sorry. That was the parking lot because we had broken up for a while. Then he came back and I was working in the belly room again with not giving up her shifts for anybody. So I needed to make money.
No man's going to stop Eleanor from working.
Nobody's sending me my rent money.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying for me. I pay for my own shit.
Yeah.
Since I'm 9 years old. So I don't care. So I had brought all the drinks out. We had to do 2 drinks up front because it was like 2 shows. And so 2 drinks up front and I'm all by myself in there and it's packed. So I'm at the bar and he walks in and I'm just like, and he goes, can I talk to you? And I was like, not right now. I'm busy, because I'm kind of mad that he's there. And then he goes, I'm trying to propose to you. And I go, I have to bring this Corona upstairs. And I just walked away from him and went upstairs. And then I went in the parking lot yelling at him, like, how dare you come in here? And we're arguing. And then I wouldn't give him an answer for like a week.
No.
Yeah. We did he would invite me. He's like, come to lunch. And I told this on Guys We Fucked, but he was like, come to lunch. And I went to lunch in this place we always go in Beverly Hills. And I went to the bathroom. And when I came back, he's sitting there with Sylvester Stallone. And I'm like, hold on a second. You're waiting for me to answer if I'll marry you or not. And you bring the love of my life. I'm from South Philadelphia. This is our God. Why?
Yeah.
What is he doing here? I was so nervous. I was stuttering. I was like, oh, it's so bad. What? Like, I didn't even know what I was speaking. Yeah. And then Andrew's like, Stallone, because he knows him all the years. And he's like, yeah, wasn't that cool? I'm like, are you crazy? I'll say yes to him. Did he propose? I was kidding. I'm not as mad at him as I am at you.
So you just fucked with him for like a full week?
I didn't fuck with him. I was really upset. Like I was really going through something. Yeah. And then he bought the ring and technically proposed in Vegas, I guess. So it was, but the first part of it was like in the parking lot and the kitchen. And then the other one, we were in Vegas and it was twice. We almost went and got married. And we were real close. The only thing that stopped me was I was like, my family will be pissed. Even if we do a small something in Philly, my family will be pissed. I can't do it. I can't do it to them.
Oh, so you've gotten
They
so
love a
close.
party.
You've gotten so close.
Yeah, not a closer.
I could see myself not being a closer like that.
I'm pretty bad.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Does it give you anxiety, like the thought of spending an
No.
entire lifetime with somebody?
No, I'm pretty easy going that way.
Yeah.
I also have no tolerance. So if you act a certain way, I shut down real quick.
You have
Like,
zero
my-
bullshit.
Right. And my ex, he was like my last whatever.
Mhm.
He was very jealous.
That's exhausting.
Unbelievably and I'm loyal to a fault. I still tour with my second ex-fiance. I'm unbelievably loyal.
I'm like
Like,
that too.
Crazy. And I have no, I don't go backwards. So that's a big thing with me. Like I wouldn't ever go back with Andrew. Does that make sense?
Right,
Like
yeah.
I couldn't ever go back with my first ex-fiance
Right.
or anybody. And I would say this to my ex, I don't go backwards. And he's like, I'll make you go backwards. Like so sometimes he shows up and he's like, let me guess, you're not going backwards? I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't do it. Like once I shut you out and down, I can't.
That's better.
Is it?
Yeah, because sometimes you go backwards. If you go backwards and then you regret it and you're like, I should have trusted myself not to go backwards.
Yes, I can't like think that's gonna work out. Relive the past. Like this guy says, there's a reason the rear view mirror is smaller than your windshield because you need to just go forward. What's
Right.
back there is in the back, like in
Yeah.
the past.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of
Look
things.
to the
in-
future.
Yeah, you
Go
gotta
for the
look-
bigger window.
Yeah, but that would be exhausting dating a guy who's jealous because you're around men all the fucking time.
Right. And
All
I've-
we do is be around men.
And if I hug anybody, like, I mean, he would, the littlest things he would get so fucking mad at. I remember one time, Gerard Carmichael, Jamar Neighbors, and Willie Hunter, who are like my three
Yeah.
favorite people on the planet. Like, I was started stand up, but they were like the youngs,
Yeah.
But I started stand up late, so they were kind of my class.
Right.
So they were behind my building, and I go, hey, what are you three doing in the alley? Get out of the alley. You know you're not supposed to be in the alley. Nobody likes black people in the alley. Like I'm yelling, and they look up and they're like, oh shit. Like they saw it was me. So then they started yelling like racial shit, but back up at me. And my ex is in the house and he's going, what is wrong with you? What are you? And I'm like, we're comics, like we're goofs,
Yeah.
And every time Jamar would go to this place and see my apartment, like he'd yell up, hey, bitch, like you up there, you know how he is, right?
Yeah.
Hey, white bitch, whatever it is. So it's just being silly.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh. And then if I'd see them and I'd run down and hug them, and he's like, why'd you hug them so long? And I'm like, because they're my friends. Like,
Yeah.
Gerard, I didn't see one time for like almost like 3 years or something. And I gave him a hug, and then I gave him another hug, and my ex flipped out.
He had a little
I'm
counter.
like, he's gay.
Yeah, he is.
So angry. I was like, you didn't think we knew he was gay, but we knew he was gay.
Yeah.
But I just loved, like certain people, you.
Well, and they
you were
become like your
grinding with.
family.
Yeah.
Because you see them all the time. So you're like, you have like a deep connection with them because you see them for years and
you
years.
spend a lot of shitty moments and a lot of great moments.
Trauma
with them.
bonding with them. Yeah. So it's like you're in the trenches and it's like your family. Yeah, that would be annoying as fuck.
Yeah. So it just was too much. Like anything. I did the Kid Rock cruise, and when I talked to Kid, like
He was jealous.
yes,
What do you
he's
think?
like,
He thinks you're gonna elope with Kid Rock from
I'm
the
like,
cruise?
you can see his fiance, right? Like she's stunning. Are you fucking crazy? Yeah. He's gonna pick this. That's what he wants.
What if you and Kid Rock ended up together?
He knows I love him. He's
that would be amazing.
He's one of my favorites too. Like
I heard he's really fun.
so much fun, so generous, loves comedy. Like he saw me on Showtime and was like, how do we get in touch with that girl? How do we get? And I did his cruise 2 years in a row.
That's fucking awesome.
Like, and then he put me on the Nashville Comedy Festival at the Ryman, which was gigantic, for me. Like,
That's
you know what I mean?
fucking awesome.
And I'm like, wow. And Lucy called me from, what is it there? Not the Punchline. What's that one in Nashville? Oh, it's
Zanies?
Is it Zanies?
Zanies
Yeah.
in Nashville?
So, because there's like a bunch of them, Dorfman, like they all own parts of different ones, so I always mix them up. But yeah, so zany. So Lucy was running it, the festival, and she's like, "Yeah, Kid Rock says you." She goes, "I didn't expect him to be such a nice guy, like, because you hear all these crazy
I've heard
shit
that from a few different people. I think Chris
Porter did his.
told me
yeah,
that
he
he
did
was
it for
really
like
nice.
4 years in a row. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was on the Nashville thing too. He loves. That's what I mean. He loves comedy. Once he loves you, like you're in. It's great.
That's
And
fucking awesome.
He just appreciates the art form too. So
That's so crazy.
love it. But again, so generous, so nice. Like I can't say enough good things about him.
Yeah, but you can't have your boyfriend jealous that you gave Kid Rock a hug.
Yeah, like why?
It's like embarrassing.
What the fuck?
It's like at a certain point that's embarrassing,
Yeah.
right? It's like I have to be able to do my job without being worried about pissing you off.
I understand men are pigs. I get that. But
Yeah.
then you're discrediting me. You know what I mean? Like you're saying I'm weak and I'm going to fall for this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to me, you're coming after me. I understand. Listen, I have 6 brothers, and if I said it's cool that we fuck, they'd be like, okay, cool. Like they're boys are like that's just sorry.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that, but you can bleep it out.
You
but
can
know what
say
I'm
it
saying.
on this pod.
But I'm saying boys are pigs for the most part. If a girl says yes, they're going to be like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
I get it, but we are the ones that are like, hey, calm down, you know.
Just because I gave him a hug doesn't mean I'm going to fuck him.
Right. So, but I'm also, if I'm with somebody, I'm with somebody.
Yeah, you're not going to throw
I don't do that. Like, I don't know what you'd have to, maybe Stallone. I don't know.
Stallone.
You're like a little slur from Stallone, huh?
Stallone. Stallone's your number one.
That's my guy.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Every time he comes, you're like blushing and looking into the distance. You look like
I
a
used to put
cartoon.
Sly and Eleanor on my books. Yeah, I did. It was the only book they could get me to read. Well, I read 2 books, and was it grade school or high school? It might have been high school, and it was Sylvester Stallone's biography and Larry Bird's biography.
Those are the 2 books.
That's it.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's our podcast.
Oh, that's it.
Where
All
can
right.
people find you?
I'll be in the parking lot for the next. No, I'm kidding. Online everywhere. EJ Kerrigan or Eleanor J Kerrigan is my website. And I'm on Instagram, TikTok, all that shit.
And your special?
My special is on YouTube. It's called No Country for Old Women. And it is doing really well. So go and watch it.
Share
Even if
it.
you hate it. Write that you hate it, but write something. But leave a comment, like, all that shit. Share it. Thank you.
Yeah, share it. Eleanor is hilarious, and everyone should see that special. It's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you work really hard, and you're really funny. And I'm really happy
try
to
to
have
be.
you on the pod. So thank you guys for listening to another episode of Shank. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. Tell your friends about it. You can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on This Bitch. Patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content. And then May 10th, Kim and I are doing Netflix as a Joke, This Bitch podcast live in the original room. Buy tickets for that. And then June 20th, we're doing This Bitch and Friends in the main room of the Comedy Store as well. Buy tickets for that. And we'll see you next week. Bye.